Did you know that consuming fiber at the wrong time can significantly increase symptoms and stall your progress when it comes to inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's, and ulcerative colitis? And to be honest, fiber is one of the most hotly debated topics when it comes to IBD. If you start searching around online, you're going to find completely different opinions. Some videos and articles are going to tell you to consume as much fiber as possible because fiber is great for your microbiome, it feeds your gut bacteria, it keeps you regular. And then if you keep searching, you're going to find other videos that tell you the exact opposite opinion. And they're going to say, if you have IBD, you need to lower your fiber intake because fiber can lead to constipation, it can lead to bloating, it can lead to pain. And so you don't want to consume too much fiber. So what's the truth? Well, that's what we're going to get to in this video. We're going to get to the bottom of this, and more importantly, specifically for this video, tell you when to consume fiber, because that is drastically important during IBD or if you have IBD. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Sean Golden, and I run goldenhealthmethod.com, which is a site dedicated to giving you natural, research-based strategies to help you gain freedom from chronic health conditions. And like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking about when to consume fiber for IBD. It's actually very simple, but you need to know what it is, because if you don't follow it, then you can be going in circles and you're never going to really break free from the vicious cycle. So, the main points are, if you are in a flare-up or have high symptoms, you want to reduce your fiber intake and make sure you choose safer fibers. On the other hand, if you are currently in remission or you have low symptoms, then you want to start increasing your fiber intake and you want to explore more diverse foods for long-term microbiome health. Now let's quickly try to understand why these main points are what they are. Many of you who have IBD have discovered on your own that if you're in a flare-up and you try to consume these high-fiber foods, if you're trying to eat a lot of beans, nuts, a lot of hard vegetables packed with fiber, things like that, you found from your own direct experience that that does not go well, that it contributes to your flare-up and leads to possibly constipation, sometimes diarrhea, but definitely bloating and pain. And it just increases overall symptoms. So if you are currently in a flare-up or high symptoms, this is not the time to try to increase your fiber intake. I know some of you might have been told that these high fiber foods, beans, nuts, hard vegetables, things like that, are great for your gut. And that's not necessarily not true, but you need to be specific to what's going on with you. You are not part of the general population. You have IBD. And that means that certain foods are going to respond differently to you because you have active inflammation in the colon. And so what you need to do if you have a flare-up, or if you're going through a flare-up, or you have high symptoms, you want to start lowering the fiber intake and start choosing safer foods. Now, what are safer fibers? Now, what are safer fibers? Well, in an upcoming video, I'm going to be sharing some safe fibers versus unsafe fibers, because that also is very important when it comes to proper fiber intake. But for this video, we're focusing on timing. Now, if you are in a remission or if you have low symptoms overall, you're not doing too bad, this is actually the time that you want to start exploring different foods and start to increase your fiber intake. Now, you might think to yourself, and this is the case often when it comes to IBD, because we've been in this really bad place. We've been in this, we've been in this bad flare-up. We've been suffering. We don't want to go back there. We're afraid to go back there. And so we're sometimes afraid to increase our fiber intake, because in the past, if we've tried increasing our fiber intake during a flare-up period, it didn't go well. So why would we try to increase it if we are doing well, or if we're doing okay right now? Because you don't want to go back to doing not okay. Well, the truth is that your gut's going to be able to handle and respond to that fiber much differently if you have low symptoms or in remission compared to if you're in a flare up or have a lot of active inflammation. And really, the bigger point is that if you are doing well, you want to make sure that you keep doing well. You don't want to start going in circles. You don't want to go into remission and then flare up and remission and flare up. You want to be able to stay more longer and longer in these very low symptoms or remission phases. And having a diverse, healthy, fully functioning microbiome is going to be one of the things that contribute to you being able to stay in a good place for a long time. So you want to make sure that you're doing what you can to support your microbiome in this stage. You want to start thinking more long term, not just getting out of the current flare up or staying in my current position. I'm doing so well right now, I don't want to go back there. You want to start thinking about resilience. You want to start getting your gut to start functioning better and have a great microbiome. And by increasing your fiber intake and diversifying your palate, start broadening the foods that you might have restricted before when you were in a bad place, is actually going to benefit your microbiome over time. Studies have shown that a high fiber intake is protective in inflammatory bowel disease. However, we just want to make sure we're choosing the right fibers and we're doing it at the right time. When it comes to, again, the right fibers or safe fibers, that's going to be in an upcoming video, but I highly encourage you to check out that video as well, because the types of fibers that you consume are very important in IBD. Some are very supportive and actually can even help you get out of a flare-up too. Is not even, you can even consume them during this stage. But some fibers you absolutely want to exclude when it comes to an active flare-up, but you can start slowly adding them in when you are in a good place. So general rule of thumb, if you are in a flare-up or have high symptoms, I would try to keep the fiber intake below 15 grams per day overall, and you might even want to go lower than that if you're in a very, very bad place. But as soon as you get out of that place and your symptoms start lessening, you want to try to start increasing your fiber intake from safe fibers. And you want to go up to at least 30 grams a day or so. Now, when you are at 0 grams, don't just skyrocket to 30 right away, but you can start by adding in 5 grams and then 10 and 15, 20 and so on, and start going up. And you might even want to go even above 30 if it's doing really well with your gut. This is something to explore and something to play with. But by following these guidelines, you're going to be setting yourself up for the best chance of success here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it served you or will serve you. And go out and start doing what you need to do to get your freedom back and start living fully again. So until I see you next time, take care. Hey, Dr. Sean here again. I just want to jump in at the end of this video to let you know that I created a free mini course for those of you who have inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's, and ulcerative colitis. It's called IBD Get Your Fats Right, and what it is it's really a comprehensive mini course trying to make it as simple as possible on the importance of choosing certain fats to consume on a daily basis compared to others. Because most people don't understand or underestimate the role that the types of fats that you consume and possibly the quantity of fats that you consume can play a major role in symptom progression and the ability to possibly get into remission if you're suffering with inflammatory bowel disease. This is something that's critically important. It's why I created a free mini course around it. Trust me, it goes way farther than just eat good fats and avoid bad fats. You're really gonna love it. It's really gonna help you understand what you need to do in order to gain freedom potentially from your chronic health condition. So I urge you to just check it out. It's completely free. There is going to be a link in the description below, so just go there and check it out. I hope it serves you, and I'm excited to see you again. Take care.